US Highway 23.
That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involving risk of loans.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Pafura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
Relive 2008's Michigan football game against Florida tomorrow at 11 on 97.1. The Ticket. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio. Here's Stoney and Jansen.
On that Ricky Stoney and Jansen program, Stoney back on Monday, and on the line is
At the light, turn left onto South Old US Highway 23.
Insider Nick Costos. Nick is brought to us by Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Go to betrivers.net. Sign up for a free $5,000 weekly pick'em contest. Nick Costos, I listen all the time. The first time I've ever talked to you. What's going on, man?
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate the kind words. Great to be on with you and the great people of Detroit on this glorious Football Friday.
Well, we got football, and I want to get your thoughts on a couple of different games. How about just the fact that, as a betting analyst like you are, how much of a bummer is it that there's no Michigan-Ohio State? They were going to be a 30-point dog talking about Michigan. The fact that that game is canceled is a bummer, but what do you think the line would have gone up to?
Probably close to 5 touchdowns, I would say, for Ohio State. Is it a bummer that the game got... this entire college football season is a big bummer. So, I guess it's almost like the cherry on top of the already disgusting Sunday, honestly. So, it sucks. The whole season has sucked. And, and I'm not a negative person, and I don't feel this way really about the National Football League. But college football has just been... just like you prepare, you handicap games, the games get canceled, and I'm not trying to, minimize the real-life impact of what's going on or insinuate that, that's more important.
In 3.4 miles, turn right onto Spencer Road.
But, just from my perspective, that's the only perspective I can speak from. It's just been a big-time bummer. Actually, maybe Michigan fans should be happy because I think this would be probably another embarrassment for Jim Harbaugh and the Wolverines because they would not have been able to contend with Ohio State.
I can address that, and yet we are not happy. And even though it could have been an embarrassing outcome, it still would have been a chance to get on the field. But Nick, when you look at it, I want to get onto the NFL because, like you said, the college season has been such a disappointment. But I do want to ask you, Ohio State right now is holding on to that 4th playoff spot. We won't see them until they play in that Big Ten championship game. What is it looking like for the top 4? Are we going to see any surprises? What are the lines on, the odds of Ohio State getting into the college football playoff?
Oh, I think they're extraordinary. They'll play Northwestern likely in the Big Ten title game, and they're going to be lined as a 3-touchdown favorite in that game against the Wildcats. And even if Ohio State doesn't cover that game, just for the purposes of answering the question you asked, let's assume that they win the game, right? Ohio State's going to the college football playoff. That's absolutely going to happen. This was written in the stars long before the season started. The Big Ten changing the rules to make it happen, and that's not a criticism, nor is it me saying it was good that they did it, just more of a statement of fact that that's what happened. So we're going to see Ohio State in the college football playoff. We'll see Alabama in the college football playoff. We'll see Clemson in the college football playoff. And depending on how the ACC championship game goes, if it's even a somewhat close game, I think we'll probably see Notre Dame in the college football playoff. So maybe Oklahoma if Notre Dame gets embarrassed in the ACC title game against Clemson. So it's funny, right? In a season where some people thought, given COVID and given all the uncertainty, maybe this is the year where we get an outlier team in the college football playoff. I think it's going to be ultra reliable basically across the board this year in the Final Four.
Hey, Nick, talk to me about Michigan State and Penn State. The Nittany Lions laying 14.5 points. Now, I'm not a betting expert. I just like to gamble a lot. I really lose. I'm going to listen to you so I win. However, do you agree that 14.5 is way too many points?
I don't actually. I kind of lean towards Penn State in this game, but I think the line movement really supports that. When you look at how this game opened, Penn State opening as a 13-point favorite. Now it's gone out to 14.5. And Penn State, I think, give them a little credit. You know, they've done well after the terrible starts of the season, the worst start ever for the program. And Michigan State's defense is coming up, just absolutely getting trampled by Ohio State. I think Penn State's going to be able to control the clock.
Turn right onto
The
Spencer
secondary is
Road.
very good here. Michigan State's not able to score. They're having problems with turnovers. I think Penn State's able to get the job done and win this game and cover the spread.
Let's go to the NFL. And we saw, obviously, New England get rolled last night by the Rams. No surprise, at least not to me. But this coming Sunday, what are your best bets? What are you looking at as you look at the NFL slate of games?
Okay, so let's go to the Detroit game, right, where the Packers are on the road at the Lions, and I like Green Bay to win this game and win this game big. And I'll say this for people out there, for Lions fans, that if you're really into your team right now, and you should be, great win last week, you know, upsetting the Bears in Chicago with the forced fumble at the end, great performance by Matthew Stafford, 400 passing yards without Kenny Galladay against the good Bears defense. If you want to play the Lions in this game, I think the better way to do it is just to take the over, which is at 55.5 points, because the bottom line is this: we've seen it all season
At the
long.
light,
When there are good
turn
weather
right onto
conditions and the
Spencer
Packers
Road.
offense is healthy, they go up and down the field and they score on absolutely everybody. And the Lions defense at this point is just absolutely ravaged by injuries. We know Desmond Trufant is already out on injured reserve. Jeffrey Okudah is likely to miss another game. On offense, Kenny Galladay likely to miss his sixth straight game for the Lions here. So I think the Packers are going to be able to go up and down the field and basically score,
half a mile,
if not
turn
every
right to
time they
merge
have the
onto
ball, close to every time they have the ball in this game. And I don't think without Galladay, the Lions can score enough to fall inside that number. But like I said, if you think the Lions can maybe keep this relatively close, and they did perform well last week against the Bears without Galladay, although it is worth noting that Stafford has struggled against Mike Pettin coordinated defenses, I would just look to play the over. But I definitely like the Packers laying 7.5 on the road in Detroit. Some other games that I like, the Tennessee Titans right now are a 7.5 point favorite on the road in Jacksonville. I'll get to a couple 7.5 point favorites here on the road, where I want this number to hit 7, and I think it might over the course of the next couple of days.
Use the
And
right
if it
lane
does,
to
it's a
merge
buy
onto
point for me on
I-96
Tennessee
West.
laying the number on the road in Jacksonville, where Jacksonville's defense is absolutely putrid. Tennessee, again, should be able to score almost every time it has the ball in this game. Now, Jacksonville, I think, can get up and down the field and score as well. Mike Glennon showing a propensity to get the ball down the field. So I think this game could go over the total 52.5. So I like the over, and I like the Titans, but I want to get 7. I also like the Chiefs as a 7.5 point favorite on the road in Miami, but I want to get 7 there as well. I want to capture that key number of 7. Kind of a gut feel by me, but I think the Chiefs are going to blow out the Dolphins here. The Chiefs have not yet exhibited that killer instinct this year.
Take
To the
exit
throat, pedal to the
137
metal.
toward Howell,
But ahead of a game next week,
Route
between the
19.
Super Bowl preview against the New Orleans Saints, I think we may see that happen this week. So I like the Kansas City Chiefs, but I want to get 7 on the road in Miami. The total that I like, the Bears and the Texans, the total in that game in Chicago is 45. But we saw last week that this Bears defense can be exposed. We saw Stafford do it without Galladay. I think Deshaun Watson can get the job done and put some points up on this Bears defense. And on the other side, this Texans defense is absolutely terrible. And the Bears offense with Trubisky is not great, but it's certainly not bad. Allen Robinson, no one on Houston can cover him. David Montgomery looks rejuvenated. Let's go over the total. Let's go over 45 points in that game. I'm going to play the Chargers, guys, plus 2.5 as a home underdog against the Falcons, strictly on the fact that Atlanta should not be minus 2.5 on the road against anyone. So I like the Chargers there. Sunday Night Football, give me the Buffalo Bills as a short home favorite over the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just think this game matches up on field handicap-wise very well for Buffalo, right? Where people want to say where you hit this Bills defense is being able to run on them. Well, Pittsburgh has no semblance of a run game. Pittsburgh has no semblance of an explosive offense. And the Bills got linebacker Matt Milano back last week, who in addition to being their tight end stopper in the pass game, also a very good run defender. So I think Eric Ebron gets erased. He can't catch the ball anyway. And I think Milano helps out with the run defense. And then on the other side, right, you know, Pittsburgh's pass rush has been very depleted here by Bud Dupree's injury. Robert Spillane, Devin Bush's replacement, goes out with injury Monday against Washington. Bush, of course, gone for the season. The Bills' offense looks like one of the elite units in the National Football League. I like the Bills on Sunday night laying it against the Steelers.
Nick Hoskins, great stuff. I just have to ask you, though, a member of this radio station decided that he would bet a pie to the face if the Lions do not cover. So you think this member is screwed, correct?
Yeah, I mean, probably. Yeah. I mean, just like, no, like in all seriousness, like think back to week 2, what happened when these two teams played. There was no Jeffrey Okudah. The Packers marched up and down the field on the Lions. They literally march up and down the field on every team in the National Football League. Like, hey, with the exception of the one outlier game was against Tampa Bay, when Tampa beat them 38-10 after Green Bay rushed out to that 10-0 lead. But I think that looks more like the exception than the rule here. Green Bay is going to score a ton of points in this game, and I think that person's hope, if they don't want the pie to the face, would be a huge performance from Matthew Stafford. But even if Stafford does put up a big performance, it still may not be enough to cover the spread. Like, maybe we're looking at like a 38-24 Packers win.
Nick Costa said it was great. I love you. That was
Appreciate
awesome.
it. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate you guys. Wishing you and all the great listeners minimal sweats, winning bets, and the absolute very best of luck.
Oh my God, I love that too. Thank you, Nick Costos. That was radio.com sports betting insider Nick Costos. Nick is brought to us by BetRivers Sportsbook. Go to betrivers.net, sign up for the free $5,000 weekly pickup contest. Also, go check out Nick on his show, You Better, You Bet. Great betting insights and fun wherever you find your favorite podcast. It was awesome.
Yes.
Speaking of awesome, people coming out against Coach K. So awesome. We'll do that next. 97.1 The Ticket.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Galling Kia. The roads are still in pretty decent shape this morning. No reports of accidents or slowdowns at the moment. Coming up this weekend, all lanes are scheduled to close 94 both directions between 75 and Gratiot Avenue as part of weekend construction beginning at 9 tonight. We want to see you in a Galling Kia. The Galling difference is now at Galling Kia of Madison Heights. Come in today for the Kia Command the Season event. Galling Kia of Madison Heights is now open on 14 miles just east of John R. Trust the Galling difference. GallingKia.com, your Kia destination. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Want to get away, relax, and just simply have a good time. Get to the D Las Vegas for everything you need. The D's taking all the necessary precautions to make sure you're staying safe. Enjoy the comforts of a high-end Las Vegas hotel without missing out on all the fun, and it's socially distanced fun. They're responsible at the D. If you want to golf out in Vegas, and it's safe to golf anywhere, but in Vegas they got great courses as well. The folks at the D will hook you up, get you some tea time. Got to eat when you're in Vegas. At the D, Joe Vicari's on the Italian Steakhouse. It is awesome. You want something casual? American Palm Island right there as well. Hang out at the Long Bar, socially distant as always. Derek Stevens might be there, and he said he just might get you. That's right. Great gambling as always at the D Las Vegas. So in football season, there's 2 great contests if you get there. Before opening kickoff, you can enter the Survivor contest and some of the other ones that have going on with the great folks at Circus Sports. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
This radio.com Sports Minute is brought to you by The Wine Garden.
This is Boomer Esiason with the radio.com Sports Minute. 22 months after Super Bowl 53, Rams head coach Sean McVay is still haunted by what he calls a humbling experience. Following that 13-3 loss to the Patriots, McVay acknowledged, "I got out-coached tonight." Fast forward to last night's rematch, which the Rams dominated 24-3. It was McVay's turn to surprise Bill Belichick with something he hadn't expected. LA lined up with 2 tight ends and only 2 wide receivers on a staggering 70% of its offensive snaps and ran the ball right down the Patriots' throats. Cam Akers led the way with 171 yards on 29 carries, the most by a Rams rookie running back since Hall of Famer Jerome Bettis did it back in 1993. Every week, somebody is making game-changing plays, said Aaron Donald, who conceded that he enjoyed a little bit of a payback at the expense of New England, which now suffers its first 7-loss season since 2002. Boomer Esiason.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell. You hear the phrase a lot this time of year. Happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't
In
choose.
2 miles,
These men
take
need more
exit
than the help of
137
their
toward
lawyer.
Howell,
They need
Land
the
County
hope and
Route
encouragement of a
19.
good friend. Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor.
What can give you a competitive edge in today's red-hot housing market? Rocket can. That's because Rocket Mortgage can give you a verified approval. It could help your offer stand out. Rocket Technology provides a rock-solid verification of your income, assets, and credit, giving sellers greater confidence in you. Go to RocketMortgage.com
NCUA.
Holiday savings are here at Meijer. Get a taste of the season with great deals on holiday favorites like Cook's Spiral Sliced Half Ham, just 87 cents per pound, limit 1. 3-count rainbow peppers, get 2 bags for $6. 80% lean ground beef, just $1.99 a pound. Plus, enjoy free Meijer pickup on orders of $50 or more. Visit the Meijer app for more details. Save big while you shop at Meijer. Exclusion supply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Switch to WOW Superfast Internet 100 for $34.99 per month. It's a wonderful time of the year to save money. Details at wowway.com. Wow. What are you waiting for? It only takes an hour for you to have your child's heart screened. Get your kid's heart checked at the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. Details at 971theticket.com.
97.1 The Ticket and CBS Sports Radio 1270. Your homes for the NFL on Westwood One. The Buffalo Bills host the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sunday night football. Pre-game at 7:30 on CBS Sports Radio 1270.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Stoney and Jensen.
Alrighty, 7:52, the Stoney and Jansen show rolls on. Stoney back on Monday, and listen, I think it's pretty obvious. You can't come out and say what Mike Krzyzewski, I call him Coach K, says without expecting some form of backlash. Take a listen to the initial comments of Mike Krzyzewski talking about college basketball in a pandemic.
I don't think it feels right to anybody. I mean, everyone is concerned. I would just like, just for the safety, the mental health, and the physical health of our players and staff, for their, like, to assess where we're at. You know, in our country today, you have 2,000 deaths a day. You know, you have 200,000 cases, 1.5 million last week. You have people saying that the next 6 weeks are going to be the worst. To me, it's already pretty bad.
So Coach K wants to shut it down, right? And he's sending his players back until after Christmas. So he made the announcement he's not going to play any more non-conference games. Now, the obvious thought is, would Coach K have said any of this, which some, of course, is true. His stats are true. If he wasn't 2-2, having lost to Michigan State and Illinois 83-68, which was an awful non-conference loss. So, of course, Coach K, a pillar of the college basketball community, talks, and people respond. Let's start with Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo, the fabulous coach from Michigan State. Here's what he had to say.
I think,
take a slight left turn onto Norton Road.
I didn't let families come up here. Well, sure, that was hard. But I watched the NBA. LeBron James stayed for 3 months without seeing his family, his kids, anybody else. You know, sometimes there's sacrifices you have to make. At Christmas time, we're not going home. In fact, I held the thing when we're going to plan Christmas Day, guys, because the NFL at the time, or the NBA, wasn't going to be playing until in January. Now they came back and took over, but we still got to squawk that we're going to be on TV, so you guys are eating turkey or ham or whatever you eat. You watch an NFL game, you watch an NBA game, and you still got to watch the Spartans.
Hey, listen.
You know, we're playing on, I think, 1 o'clock on Christmas Day.
In half a mile,
I think
take a slight left turn onto County Farm Road.
Don't feel sorry for the players. Let's give them something to do. And what do they love to do? Play.
I think it's a great quote. That's from the Tiki and Tierney show on CBS Sports Radio. John, I got one more for you.
Yeah.
Okay? Nate Oates, the Alabama head coach. I mean, this is short, but it's phenomenal.
Can I ask you something? I just want to know your opinion. Do you think if Coach K hadn't lost the 2 non-conference games at home, if he'd still be saying that?
Probably not.
Okay. I just wanted you to say it, not me.
Yes.
I love it.
Well, I mean, when you think about...
Take a slight left turn onto County Farm Road.
Right? It all sucks. But when you come out and you say something like that after, and it's in the post-game press conference, right, of getting your butt beat by Illinois, knowing that you already got, beat by Michigan State. And it's not like his team didn't play well. They just got beat, right? And they didn't play well against Illinois. And then you hear from guys like Tom Izzo and Nate Oates. And I think it was really important for Coach Izzo, because you talk about pillars of the basketball community. Coach K is one of them. And a lot of people don't want to speak up or disagree with Coach K. One of the individuals that can speak up and speak with anybody across all platforms, it doesn't matter, is Coach Izzo. Because we've heard him speak on very important topics before. He's very well thought out, and he is a guy that has the best interest of his players in mind. I truly believe that. And when he says, hey, when he talks to me as a former athlete, and that's what I felt like he was doing when he said, hey, what do these players want to be doing? They want to be playing. Like, I used to practice on Christmas, used to practice on Thanksgiving. If I couldn't be with my family, then yeah, I'd want to be with my sports family. For me, it was Michigan football, or it was the Washington football team, or the Detroit Lions. We played on Thanksgiving Day. You want to be doing what you love to do. And in the middle of a pandemic, what is the one thing that you can do that puts your mind at ease, that puts everything away? You get on the basketball court, you get on the football field, and you do what you love to do, and it puts your mind at ease for however long you can sustain that effort.
I think it's important that you play. I do. Now, nobody's downplaying the pandemic by any means. However, these are non-paid kids, right? So it's real okay for Mike Krzyzewski to say, okay, we're not paying these kids. The pandemic is like burning like a wildfire. We're going to send everybody home. We're not going to play. But and I know that Coach Krzyzewski, if he was 4-0, if he didn't realize that his basketball team wasn't all that good, that I don't think those words would have came out of his mouth. And while he makes some good points, and nobody's saying don't play if it's not safe, John, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think these kids want to play, just like we talked about Michigan, Ohio State.
Yeah.
And while I made the preposterous assertion, I still believe it, that Michigan is ducking the Bucks.
What, that it's preposterous?
No.
Yes,
that
you are
don't
correct.
believe it. It's
You are
preposterous.
correct.
You don't believe it. But I don't think there's any, of course the players want to play. The players always want to play. It does the players good. In this situation, if you can play, continue to play as long as it's safe. And if a game here or there gets canceled, it gets canceled. None of this is real, right? None of this is legit as far as how it used to be. So what? Michigan's got to hop on a flight, Michigan State, and then they land, they find out their game is canceled. So be it. It's 2020. What are you going to do?
I love he's getting called out. He's such a rat. And this is so textbook Coach K. Oh, woe is me when things are down, when things are going bad. That's simply 100% truthful. There is no way he makes those comments if they're 4-0. There's no way if he makes those comments if they're 3-1. If he wins that game, he's not making these comments after him. He's not.
Well, he knows how bad his team is, I think.
It's so Coach K. I will say this. College basketball and the NCAA, they're not doing this so that the players can have their sanity. They're doing this for money. Okay, so let's cut through that crap too.
Okay, you are correct. The NCAA is doing this so that they can